Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Legion Agency. If you are here right now, I just want to take this time to congratulate you because we are about to embark on a very exciting journey here in this community, in this program, and all the other programs that you may have access to by now if you are part of the agency syndicate. And so, again, just a massive congratulations. I know that when I wanted to start this program, I really took it back to when I wanted to start my own agency. And I started asking the questions, what did I think when I was sitting in that 9-to-5 job, when I was working in my dad's company on, Monday to Friday, working, in a bartending shift, a bartending job from Friday night, Saturday night, and sometimes Sunday night. I started bringing up things back to the basics of like, what did I want and what did I need in order to get myself to that next level so that I could take my agency to the point where I could step away from those jobs and start actually living the way that I wanted to. And so, again, just a massive congratulations to you because I know how exciting that this journey is and just how many cool things that, I look back on now and just the amazing abundance that I have in my life, all because I just made the decision to actually, build this type of business, which is the agency model, which honestly, in my opinion, is just like the best model to create because of the time, location freedom that it gives you, financial freedom that it gives you, and just your ability to just have like such peace of mind. It's just absolutely incredible. And so without further ado, without hyping you up too much, I want to get into today's module. Okay. So today's itinerary. All right. So why you are here, what to expect from the program, your responsibility going through the program, and the agency syndicate Discord community. Okay. So let's dive right in. All right. So first things first, why you're here. Obviously you want to build something sustainable. If you are coming from a place of maybe you've never built a business before, or maybe you're someone who has built like businesses that are, quick to build, you sell a few things like drop shipping, like you sell some products, you make a quick buck, and then you're on to the next. We want to help you build something sustainable. Okay. We want to help you build something that is going to be here today once you build it, and it's going to be here for the next 5 years, 10 years, and onward. Okay. The beauty of an agency business is it should be able to stand the test of time because all you need to do is just have a willingness to adapt to where the market is at. Okay. So you want to build something sustainable, all right? Not something that fizzles out within a few months. You want more qualified leads, and you want to be able to book those calls with yourself or your sales team. You're tired of nonsensical methods and approaches that don't get results. Hands up. I was definitely that guy. I watched all the YouTube videos, followed all the gurus, followed all of their nonsense, sent thousands of Loom videos that never worked, thousands of emails. So I get it. If that's where you are, I get it. You're tired of growing your agency and have hit tons of roadblocks, and you want more predictability. Okay. So again, that's just a big one. I know for myself, I started investing more so heavily into coaches, programs, things like that when I hit my head on basically that 10K month ceiling. And what you're going to find is like every level of running your agency, it's going to require more of you and a different part of you to get to that next level. So what it takes to get from 0 to 10K, it's going to be different from going to 10K to 25 or 10K to 50, from 50 to 100 and beyond. Okay. So what you can expect from this program, all right? So you're going to learn how to implement a proper foundation into your agency, which enables you to scale sustainably. Become equipped as a marketer to build proper customer acquisition journeys for your own agency. Most of you are good right now, okay? Most of you are good right now at bringing new business to your clients, whether you are a lead gen business, bringing them new leads, or maybe you're an e-commerce business trying to bring them new sales, right? You are good at this for your clients, but you suck at it for yourself. It is crazy. And I was a victim of this, all right? You need to get good at client acquisition for your own agency, all right? We're going to help you reframe your offer to resonate better with your ideal customer. We're going to help you become more confident in selling your service and being able to actually jump on these calls without, having that anxious feeling or wondering like, oh, I wonder what they're going to think of me, blah, 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 blah. We want to actually help you build, very good life skills, which again, sales is a massive one. We want to help you get more clients at a higher price point. All right. There's no more reason for you to be underselling yourself. The marketing industry as a whole, like you bring so much value to your clients. You just need to recognize that. All right. And we want to help you build an audience on multiple platforms, whether it be Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, you name it. We want to help you build an audience on multiple platforms so that you can continue to build, tons of value to your audience on a long-term basis. And then also be able to monetize your personal brand. Okay. I've done so many brand deals with massive companies like Google and TikTok, where you're getting paid tens of thousands of dollars to literally make like 15-second videos, 30-second videos, ones that aren't even being used for like promotion via ads, just ones that are just going on their page, right? And this wouldn't have been possible if I didn't start building a personal brand. I've been in Times Square before with companies like Monday.com. Just really cool stuff that, again, you're being paid for it. You're getting your name out there. You're getting your voice out there, and you're just building more credibility and authenticity within your niche. Okay. So your responsibility navigating this program, right? So I want you guys to apply each module and the teachings that we are teaching you. And if you are finding that you're getting overwhelmed, because this is something that I also thought of, is like when I started getting into investing into myself with courses and programs and all these things, I would overwhelm myself with all of the education and all the things that I was learning. And I consume a bunch of content before actually applying it. So the biggest thing is like have some self-awareness in this sense where you can take in information as you go, but apply it. Make sure you are executing on what you are actually learning. Okay, so don't overwhelm yourself with tons of content. Just try to apply it, like in a sustainable manner, right? If you're stuck, go back and rewatch the module or look at the plug and plays that are provided to you in each given module. Don't be afraid to ask for help inside our community. Ladies and gentlemen, the community is honestly one of the best things a part of the agency syndicate. Like I have found that every single program or course that I've ever been a part of, the community is hands down the best thing because you get to connect with so many people that are like-minded and are on the same path as you. So everyone's trying to help each other. And the beauty of it is there's going to be people that are, further ahead that are going to be able to help point you in the direction based on certain circumstances that you're finding, that you're going through in your agency. Okay. So don't be afraid to ask for help. Seriously commit yourself to the principles taught in this course. Don't apply this, like I'm going to try mentality with this program. You will fail by doing this anytime. And again, I'm only writing this because I've done this before. Like whenever I've set my mindset going into something like this, where it's like, I'm going to try it. It just never goes as planned. All right. You have to fully commit. So the agency syndicate Discord community. All right. So add value, share your learnings with others, share your agency wins in the group and actually get recognized for it. That's a big one. Take part in our monthly challenges to win free prizes. Guys, I wanted to make this as fun as possible for you as well too, because like building a business, it's not supposed to be this like grueling process and like feeling like, all you're in it for is to like, work with your clients, make some good money, get some freedom, blah, blah, blah. Like we want to actually make you a part of a community. And so a really cool thing is we are going to start offering, the monthly challenges to win monthly prizes, whether it be, cash, just straight up cash, things like Apple products, microphone, whatever it is, right? We're going to partner up with some software companies as well too. Hopefully give you guys some free memberships to some really cool memberships and subscriptions. So again, take part in these challenges. They're a huge, cool part about this community. Create new referral partners to do business with, guys. Ladies and gentlemen, like I said, you can get your return on investment from this community right away. Because if you connect with people in the community that are, let's say, an email marketing agency who needs a paid ads agency, if you guys can connect and start referring clients over to each other, the ROI is going to be huge. All right. So again, just connect and build those referral partners with people in the community. Get real-time updates that will be happening to the program. All right. We as a team on the back end are updating this program on a quarterly basis, and we will let you guys know what modules and what sections that we're updating. Again, because this program is set up in the way of a community, we want to make sure that you guys all have up-to-date information around the agency space and how to be progressing and evolving your guys' agency in real time. That's the problem with most programs out there is they will pitch you some sort of program or some sort of course, and that person who built it has to now create a new course every single year because in this marketing space, in the advertising space as a whole, it evolves so fast. And so if you have something that is never updated, it's just going to be useless. And we don't want to do that. So if you have access to this community, this is like the only community that you'll ever need access to technically, because we are going to be updating it constantly. Okay. So take that into consideration. Join weekly calls. Join the weekly calls using the links provided in the group. Guys, again, when I started my agency, joining the coaching calls and being a part of that community in that sort of sense just helped me out so much. So join those weekly calls. We will have live recordings as well too. So if you do end up missing a call, you can go back, watch that recording, okay? And most importantly, be grateful that you're here and that you want more in life. Guys, if you've worked a job before, you've been surrounded around people that you typically wouldn't ideally want to grab a beer with or grab a drink with, right? And that's kind of the way I like to best explain it is like you're around cool people in this community, you're around people that want more in their life, they're grateful, they desire, a better, more enhanced version of themselves. So just be grateful that you're here, all right? And just to kind of put things into perspective for you guys, like a few of the things that, the agency space have basically allowed me to do is obviously like escape the 9 to 5 routine and rat race. Like I said, I was working at my dad's company. I got out of school, got out of college, started working at my dad's company because the economy crashed, started getting into like the sales and marketing role, was working at the bar on weekends and was working like at least 50 hours a week, with my dad's company and bartending. So, and I did that for 2 years. And about halfway through that, I started actually learning more and more about the agency space. And then, after about like 6 months, I was able to actually walk away, which is amazing. You can make 6 figures a year in profit, guys. Like when you're a young single person, whether you're a guy or you're a girl, like having that sort of abundance to be able to like travel, invest into yourself, move out, rent, do all these cool things. Like it's amazing. It gives you such amazing peace in your life, honestly. I've been able to travel the world with my closest friends and not be frugal about it. Obviously, I'm at the point now with my agency where, we do very, very well. So when I go out, I don't necessarily need to like budget myself on this crazy budget. Obviously, I can't be going out and spending like ridiculous amounts of money, but being able to say like, we want that villa in Dubai. We want, that apartment when we go to Vancouver, things like that. Like we can do that, right? So again, I don't need to be frugal. That's the beauty of the agency space. Being able to invest into luxurious items like watches, really nice clothes, being able to hire a private tailor actually back in my hometown. This is something that, I learned actually from one of my agency coaches is just like to be able to invest into like how you look, feeling good will help you, when you step out into the street or you go into public, it'll just help you feel good, walk up with your chest up high, your head held high, things like that. Okay. And then being able to afford the little things in life. Honestly, these are the most important things in life, in my opinion. Like having all the luxuriousness, it's cool. Doing all that stuff is very awesome. But it's like the little things, right? So having prestigious gym memberships around the world, places like Equinox, Third Space, even in my hometown in Calgary, being able to have, like one of the higher end gym memberships there and being a part of a club, which is amazing. Eating at restaurants whenever you want. I don't know about you guys, but that feeling of like going to restaurants and opening up the menu and actually like basing what you order off of what the price is, it's annoying. And it's something that is a huge luxury in my life right now, because when I go to a restaurant, if I want the prime rib, if I want that, awesome ribeye steak, great, I can get it. Having a meal plan service and hiring personal trainers. Again, I'm big into fitness and nutrition. I believe everyone should invest into that, but that's what it's allowed me to do is basically, have meal plan services so I don't need to be cooking all the time, and hiring personal trainers to make sure that I know what I'm doing in the gym. All right. Investing more than easily $25,000 into my personal development. And again, I've done this through courses, books, coaches, you name it. I've been able to invest into myself through that. And I always kind of looked upon that industry as like, oh, like those people are just kind of like, they're wishy-washy. They don't actually know what they're talking about. But again, you redevelop your mindset, and that's the cool thing. That's the cool thing that, I've been able to do through the agency space is just invest heavily into myself, my insights, my knowledge, the way that I meditate, things like that. It's been great. And then being able to just do nice things for your friends and family, being able to go out, pick up the bill on nights out. Again, these are just a few examples, but I don't know about you guys. Like I get a selfish feeling of gratitude when I see other people smiling because of something that I've done. Okay. So I love going out, picking up the bill, just buying things for other people, and just seeing the way that they smile and the way that they feel. Like that makes me feel good. And then knowing that they have a good time or a more enhanced, reaction to something or just a better time is just incredible. Okay. So without rambling anymore. All right. Action steps for today. All right. So introduce yourself into the Discord community, where you're from, what kind of agency you run, what your goal is for the next 6 months. And of course, attach an embarrassing photo of yourself that you wouldn't share to Instagram. All right. We're a community. We're here to support each other. We're here to be friends. So share some photos that you wouldn't share to Instagram, but you would share with your friends. All right. Next thing, jot down what your dream life looks like at 10K per month, 25K per month, 50K a month, and 100K per month. Again, these income ranges will enable you to live a different lifestyle. So I want you to actually do some research. Research what you can do with your life at 10K a month, okay? And that's profit. So that's $10,000 a month after you've paid all of your employees, your expenses, everything. That's 10K a month profit, all right? So 10K a month, 25, 50, and 100K a month. I want you guys to really research that, all right? And write these things down. Lastly, the biggest thing that helped me was developing my ability to aim big when I started, okay? So right now, as you are writing some of those goals at the 10K point, 25, 50K, 100K, things like that, set big goals, all right? So set some of these big goals. Don't call them dreams. Set these big goals and start taking action towards them, all right? I know it sounds fluffy and wishy-washy and stuff, but it is really, really true. Like, do not let other people tell you that your goals are too big, but if you set these goals and they're attainable, you can actually start to work towards them. That's really the biggest thing. All right. And then lastly, don't put these things on pedestals. All right. View these things as goals, not dreams. I really made the mistake when I started off is, I would start looking at people that had nice watches on or nice cars or nice homes and, the flashy things, right? And I put these things on pedestals. And it's kind of like when you're in, like when you're in the gym or you're out at a club and, you're a guy, you're looking at these girls, you're putting them on pedestals and you never actually end up talking to them. Things like that. Like you just never want to put anything on a pedestal. So don't think that your goals are these crazy outlandish things that you need to put on pedestals and, stuff like that, because it's going to remove your ability to actually believe that attaining those things are possible. Okay. So don't put them on pedestals. All right. So complete those action steps for today. And I will see you guys in the Discord community. I'm super excited to connect with you all. And of course, I will see you guys in the next module. All right. Have a good day and we'll see you guys soon.